Have you ever heard your own life rewritten right in front of you? That's what happened to me, at my own baby shower. My mother stood up, looked around the room, and told everyone that she had raised 2 kids alone, after my father cheated and abandoned her. People nodded, some even looked at her with admiration. And in that moment, I realized, if I stayed quiet, the real story of my childhood would vanish. So I spoke. But to understand why that moment mattered, you need to know what really happened. When my parents divorced, I was 6. My father took on the boring but vital work, school pickups, groceries, bills, and steady routines. My mother, on the other hand, said the divorce broke her. Most nights she disappeared, bars, friends, anywhere but home. That left me, a child, in charge of my younger brother. By age 10, I was already setting alarms, packing lunches, moving laundry, and memorizing bus schedules. My brother depended on me to make sure he ate, slept, and got to school. And while my father never badmouthed my mom, he had no idea what those nights were really like. I never told him, because if I did, I feared custody battles that would only drag us through more chaos. So I kept the secret. And I kept the household running. I wasn't being heroic. I was just surviving. I missed out on friends, activities, even normal teenage freedom, because I couldn't leave my brother alone. By the time college came, I stayed local, because he still needed someone steady. Only when he grew older and moved in with Dad did I finally begin living my own life. Fast forward, now I'm an adult, with a baby on the way. At my shower, I wanted peace. No speeches, no drama, just family gathered for the baby. But then my mother began rewriting history out loud, claiming she sacrificed everything for us. I had 2 choices: let it slide and spend years correcting whispers, or stop it right there. So I told the truth. I said, I raised myself. I raised my brother. Dad didn't abandon us. He supported us. And if anyone wants to know who cooked, who signed papers, who got us to school, they can ask me. The room went silent. My mother called me ungrateful and stormed out. For weeks, she didn't speak to me, until finally, she admitted she had left us alone many nights. She admitted the bars, the avoidance, the depression. She said she should have sought therapy. And then she asked for a second chance, this time, as a grandmother. I told her I accept her awareness, but rebuilding trust takes actions, not words. No rewriting history. No speeches. Just small, consistent steps. And to her credit, she started showing up differently. She followed schedules, respected boundaries, folded laundry, washed bottles, left when her timer went off. For the first time in years, she wasn't the center of the room. But every visit is a test. One slip, like bringing up the cost of betrayal at a family dinner, and she loses access for weeks. Because this time, I'm not the child keeping things together. I'm the parent setting the rules. My father, meanwhile, stays steady. No guilt-fueled speeches, no overcompensating. He shows up, fixes things, and respects the plan. That's all I need. And my brother? He stepped into the role of uncle, not second parent. He cooks, runs errands, holds the baby, and reminds me to rest. Watching him finally shed that old weight has been one of the best parts of this new chapter. Here's what I've learned: apologies don't matter without consistency. Forgiveness isn't a deadline. And family isn't about blood, it's about behavior. So when people ask me if I'll ever fully forgive my mother, I tell them, I don't measure progress by words. I measure it by what people do, over time. Because I spent my childhood holding up a family built on silence and stories. I refuse to let my child grow up in that same fog.